So I made this a few years ago using a foam pattern that I created, and then I cast it into solid aluminum. I actually have a few extra fins in foam. So I think I'm gonna make something else. There's my fins. Not one, but two. Made out of polystyrene XPS foam. And I really don't have very much foam left over. I have to go buy some more foam. So that's really the reason I'm doing this. But I also found this small little piece of foam here that I'm probably gonna be putting in the middle of both of them. This is what it looks like. And this is what it's going to look like after I cast it into solid aluminum. But I have to glue these to the centerpiece just like this. And to do that, I'm going to be using Aleene's Fast Grab Tacky Glue. So now that I have it glued up, I'll probably let it set for a day or two to let the glue dry. And I'll debate on coating this with some drywall mud, because that's usually what I do with these foam patterns. It just gives it a better surface finish. But I think if I use really fine sand, which I do have, it might not need the plaster coating. So I'll decide that later. You'll see that in a bit. All right, guys, I did not coat this in plaster, aka drywall mud or gypsum. We're gonna see how it comes out without the plaster coating. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing other videos with the plaster coating and seeing the difference, I'll link some videos in the description below for you guys to check out. But what we're going to be doing today is called the lost foam casting process. I will bury this in some dry sand, pour molten metal into the sand, and it will burn away this foam and take its shape. So let's get outside and start my furnace. Today's video and every other video, I'll be melting this aluminum down using this Vevor propane metal melting furnace. If you guys would like to get one for yourself, I do have an affiliate link in the description below. We're going to start off today's metal melt with these two chunks of aluminum. They are cutoffs from previous lost foam casts that I've done. So after that aluminum has already melted down, I'm going to add these other aluminum cutoffs to the furnace. These are more cutoffs from previous lost foam casts that I've done. I think after adding these, I'll have enough to fill out the pattern completely. So let's go and make the mold. So this is the container that I'm going to fill with sand, and I'll put the foam pattern in just like that. If you're new to metal casting, I definitely suggest trying out the lost foam casting method. You put the foam pattern into a container, filling it with dry sand all the way to the top. And make sure the sand is completely dry. And the finer the sand, the better. All right, guys, so I filled this all the way up to the top of the foam with sand. Now I'm going to be putting a pouring basin right on top of that foam. And this is where I'm going to be pouring the molten aluminum into. And it's going to funnel down and burn away all of that foam. All right, guys, now that the mold is made up for today's metal cast, we'll check on the furnace and it looks like it has started to melt. We're just going to add more aluminum to the furnace. All right, guys, so I have the area set up for metal casting. The only thing I'm missing is the sand that I'm going to put on my driveway, because I have spilt molten metal on my driveway before, and you can see the marks it made in my driveway. So I don't want to ruin my driveway any more than I already have. So I'm just going to throw down some dry sand to cover up my driveway. Here's even more aluminum I'll be adding to the furnace. More aluminum cutoffs from previous metal melts. I like to warm them up before adding them to the molten aluminum. I'm ready to scoop out the draws, but before I do that, I want to get a temperature on this molten aluminum. Because it's a pretty large pattern and I have a lot of foam to burn away, I'd really like this temperature to be about 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. So I wasn't quite there yet. I waited a few more minutes and now I'm up to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. So now it's time to scoop out the draws, which there isn't really much. It's just aluminum oxide at the top of the molten metal. With the draw scraped from the top of the molten aluminum, it's now time to pour this into the mold that I previously made. You'll see the aluminum sink into the mold, burning away the foam and take its shape. All right, guys, it's been about 15 minutes now. This is already solidified and it should be good to pull out of the sand. The heat from the top of this aluminum is only 340-ish degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, this is definitely good to pull out of the sand. But make sure to wear your personal protective equipment when handling any tools when metal casting. So that was a successful metal cast, as I expected. The next thing I'm going to do is just cut off the bottom of this, get rid of the can, and clean it up a little bit further, probably just using a wire wheel and a couple files, because you could see at the top here, the sand didn't compact very good, so I had a little bit of aluminum leakage into the sand. So we'll just file that away. Some of you might be wondering, why did I leave this stem on the bottom? Well, that's because I'm going to put a handle on this thing. But not this video. That'll be another video. So make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. I'll also leave a link in the description of this video for when I do make the handle. After cleaning this up, I actually really regret not coating this in plaster. You could also see on the bottom how thick it got, which also means I didn't compact the sand properly. This is the other side. You can see how the aluminum flowed down, burning away the foam, but because the sand wasn't compact, you can see how the top is fatter than the bottom. So this was actually a failed cast. Will I use it? I don't know. Like I said, if I do make a handle for this, I'll leave a link in the description below, but I'm really not happy with the way it came out. Next time, I'm going to compact the sand better, and I'm going to coat this with drywall mud, like I always do. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I don't know, I'm still on the fence about making a handle for it or just tossing it, or trying to make a new one and then making a handle for that one. I don't really know. So make sure you tell me what you think in the comments below. And if you guys are new to this channel, I have so many other videos that I think you guys will enjoy. So make sure to check out those videos since you're done watching this one. I'll see you in the next video.